Willkommen in Bratislava.
Bratislava!
Intergalactic Food-Tour.
Ja.
Na zdravje! Ich gehe in der Slowakei über die Straße.
But we have more dark sides in Bratislava.
I'm sure you
It's
do.
not the only.
Thomas und ich sind in der slowakischen Hauptstadt und wir werden uns heute diese Stadt ein bisschen anschauen. Wir werden sie aufsaugen und euch auch neue Dinge zeigen, die ihr hier erleben könnt. Thomas, ich habe Lust auf einen Cappuccino. Was willst du machen?
Ja, Cappuccino klingt gut.
Können wir auch noch ein Foto zusammen machen?
Ja.
Ich habe nämlich was Kleines vorbereitet. Es gibt hier ein Café, wo man ein Selfie-Chino trinken kann. Also angeblich kann man einfach so ein Selfie machen, dann schickt man das der Wirtin und dann druckt sie einem das auf ein Cappuccino. Und wir haben hier beim Five Points Café ausgemacht, dass wir auch noch einen aus der Community treffen. Einer oder zwei?
Ich weiß es nicht genau.
Da sieht jemand sehr deutsch aus, ich glaube. Hi, bist du? Marvin, hi, freut mich. Hi. Hi Sarah, freut mich sehr. Hazel, Thomas. Und ihr habt schon alles vorbereitet für den Selfie-Chino.
Geht schnell jetzt gleich.
Wart ihr schon mal hier beim Selfie-Chino?
Nee, noch gar nicht. Also
Tatsächlich noch nicht, nee. Also es ist
vier
auch das
Jahren.
erste Mal.
Also seid ihr noch so oldschool, dass ihr eure Selfies nur anschaut und sie nicht sippt morgens?
nee, so wäre ein bisschen drüber. Als Studenten vor allem.
Kommt noch.
Aber seid ihr aus Bratislava? Wohnt ihr in Bratislava? Wo kommt ihr ursprünglich her?
Norden Sachsen-Anhalt, Salzviertel, also ganz weit weg. Aber genau, wir leben jetzt halt für Studium hier unterm Semester und so. Ja, du kommst woanders her.
Genau, ich komme aus Nürnberg. Und ja, durch das Studium sind wir eben hergekommen und sind jetzt, wie gesagt, seit 4 Jahren hier und sind auch noch planweise jetzt noch 2 Jahre da.
Ach krass, also 6 Jahre insgesamt. Wir machen jetzt nur einen Tag in Bratislava. Also falls ihr das entsprechende Video 6 Jahre in Bratislava sehen wollt, habt ihr einen YouTube-Kanal, den wir jetzt noch promoten könnten?
Das nicht, aber er hat einen
Instagram,
Dental-Account,
ja.
genau.
Also Instagram, dental-med-marv und da ja, zeige ich ein bisschen das Zahnmedizinstudium und Bratislava so ein bisschen. Also folgt.
Also für die ganzen Bratislava/Zahnmedizin-Freaks. Es gibt hier wirklich so einiges. Create original design of your cappuccino by following these easy steps. Ein mega riesiger QR-Code. Ich nehme mal mein Handy raus. Okay, also den QR-Code scannen. Oh nein, jetzt kommt dann raus, dass ich so gar nicht gut bin mit Technologie. So sieht das Original aus. Thomas' Frisur ist Bomba. Jetzt wird es hochgeladen. Ah, und schon vorbei.
Und dann hat man schon bestellt.
Ich glaube schon.
Das Foto wird dann mit Kakao drauf gepudert.
Stimmt, also ja. Hoffentlich professionell und nicht irgendwie so, weiß ich nicht. Ja, mit Kakao selber gemacht, so ein Smiley, da seid ihr. Schauen wir
So
mal.
voll der aufwendige Prozess, so ein QR-Code. Und dann schaut sich irgend so ein halbblinder 80-Jähriger das Bild an und krümelt so ein bisschen Kakao auf den Selfie-Chino.
Sieht gruselig aus am Ende.
Ja, es steht auch nirgendwo, wie viel der Spaß kostet. Also ich glaube, es ist jetzt eher nicht, man sollte es nicht to go bestellen. Also wenn ihr den Selfie-Chino bestellt, ich würde sagen, setzt euch hin, nehmt euch 10 Minuten, nicht einfach einen Plastikdeckel draufpappen und dann so zur Bahn rennen, dass das Selfie so voll entartet wird.
Da sieht man dann, wie man in 70 Jahren aussieht, wenn man dann so verzerrt, ja.
Ja, wie wirst du in 70 Jahren leben? Wirst du noch in Bratislava leben?
Auf gar keinen Fall. Also, nee. Also zum Studieren ist es entspannt, aber so dann wieder irgendwo daheim oder an der Küste, aber nicht hier. Also es ist schön hier, aber naja, also so Löhne und so, das ist ein ganz anderes Thema, das rentiert sich, glaube ich, nicht so.
Uns ist aufgefallen, dass es in Bratislava immer so Grammangaben gibt bei den Speisekarten. Was hat es damit auf sich?
Ich glaube einfach, dass man das bekommt, was man erwartet. Weil ich finde, Zum Beispiel, ein doofes Beispiel, aber jetzt Lasagne. Wenn man sich die bestellt, ist die manchmal total schön groß und manchmal total winzig. Und hier weiß man, wenn man es bestellt, was man wirklich bekommt. Also ich denke, das ist so das...
Also ideal für Schwaben eigentlich.
Ja, genau. Die Schwoben, die würden sich hier gut fühlen. Eigentlich schon, ja.
We are no Segels.
Was ist denn so typisch slowakisch? Also was können die Slowaken oder die Leute in Bratislava besser als alle anderen Menschen auf der Welt?
Brinzové halušky. Also das ist das Essen. Also das ist so dieses typische traditionelle Essen. Aber sonst, was können sie besser? Manchmal ein wenig rumnörgeln, habe ich das Gefühl. Also dass sie gerne mal einfach ein bisschen motzen. Aber gar nicht so böse gemeint, glaube ich. Aber ja, das können sie wahrscheinlich auch, das kann sein. Aber würde dir was einfallen?
Und die hupen viel und fahren gerne mal beim Einparken gegen andere Autos. Das schert die, glaube ich, hier in Dreck. Also da sollte man aufpassen, aber so, nee. Also gut aussehen, also die Frauen zumindest. Die sehen hier gut aus, die Männer kannst du in eine Tonne kloppen.
Sprecht ihr zwei Slowakisch?
Ein bisschen, sie mehr, aber sie hat Familie, aber wir haben es nur in der Uni ein bisschen gelernt.
Kannst du mal sagen, hi Hazel und Thomas, schön, dass ihr hier seid?
Ahoj, Hazel a Tomas. Ja sa teším, že ste tu prišli a teraz si ideme piť kávičku. Also ich habe quasi gesagt, so, hi, ich freue mich, dass ihr gekommen seid und gleich trinken wir ein kleines Käffchen. Also in der Slowakei benutzt man sehr gern so den Diminutiv, also dieses Versüßlichung. Also man sagt nicht, man trinkt jetzt einen Kaffee, sondern ein Käffchen so. Und das benutzt man sehr, sehr oft hier.
Also wir trinken keinen Kaffee, sondern ein Kaffee. Es ist ein bisschen so wie die Schweiz, finde ich hier. Also es gibt ähnlich viele Leute, es ist ähnlich groß. Ich finde es eigentlich sehr angenehm, aber es ist schon deutlich günstiger.
Ja, die Leute sind ein bisschen cooler drauf als in der Schweiz.
Oh mein Gott! Guck mal, Thomas.
Oh, wow.
Das sieht ja super aus.
To bez kakao powder.
Oh yeah. Ja, der Selfie-Chino schmeckt wirklich sehr, sehr gut. Aber ich glaube, um eine richtige Slowakei-Erfahrung zu kriegen, müssen wir uns jetzt auch noch ein bisschen Kultur reinziehen. Wir sehen uns gleich auf der Kommunismus-Tour. Wir treffen jetzt den Branjo, der uns mit einem sehr alten Auto die kommunistische Vergangenheit Bratislavas zeigen wird. And I believe it's you. Hi. Hi, Hazel.
Hi, good morning, Brano.
I just said that we were going to meet a man with an old car. And
Young man with old car.
who's older, the car or you?
Actually, this car is 10 years older than myself. I'm 1983. This is 1974.
Oh, wow. And it's a Skoda, right?
Skoda 100 Deluxe. This L stands for deluxe version. You know, this is actually engine. I can open for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, let's go. But
Wow. This is so different from the Selfie-Chino. It's crazy.
yeah, it's 4-stroke, not like Trabant. You know, Trab is just 2-stroke, but this is not plastic. This cannot burn so easily as Trabi. I'm actually not a mechanic. I just know that here I put water sometimes. That's all I know.
Do you know when would you put water in, or
I
just
check it
sometimes?
almost before every journey, just in case, because sometimes we have grannies from the US who have to push the car when battery is off and something. So just basic things I know. And always before starting the engine, I have to put few drops of petrol, and it's just this little thing, okay? And that really helps the first start, especially during the colder days.
Yeah, that's like Thomas when when he wakes up in the morning. I have to give him some water, and then I have to put a few drops of petrol in a place I won't show it on camera. But then he's ready to go.
That's cool. That's cool. So I hope you are ready. Well, I will take you for a journey through Bratislava. That it's not really the mainstream, because now we are in the city center.
Selfie-Chino area.
Selfie-Chino area, and I hope to show you some like different darker side of the city.
Yes, perfect.
Even darker.
Even a little bit darker, yes. You have no seat belts in the back seats, so I hope you trust my driving skills.
I don't really, but you know, there is no other choice.
Just for your orientation, this is a window that cannot be opened, okay?
Okay.
So the paradox is that actually you have a...
So it's a wall where you can see
It's
through.
a wall, yes, and you have ashtray. So actually you could smoke, but you couldn't open the window, which is a little bit bizarre.
It's called hotboxing.
That's 1970s lifestyle. Okay, and when I start the engine, there is one little baby screaming. You will just listen well, but it's a little bit scary.
Okay.
Did you hear? Maybe you didn't.
Yeah, it was like.
Yes. So every Skoda has some different, different behavior.
That's the remains of the communist soul in this Skoda.
Maybe. Definitely, and trying to survive. But as you can see, we have a capitalism. This is the 5-star Hotel Carlton, the legendary hotel. Well, Jules Verne has stayed, for example, or Edison. But we'll leave this luxurious part of the town.
So Jules Verne, he wrote a book about going around the world in 80 days. How far can you get with the Skoda in 80 days? Can you go to Vienna, or is that too far?
I think that's still fine if you manage to survive the noise, because when 70 kilometers per hour plus, it's like hell, really. You will experience it today, I think. But, the generation of my grandparents, like my grandfather, he drove this car all the way to Bulgaria, to Montenegro. It took him like 4 days, but he did it. And this is a legendary hotel, Devin, where all those Communist Party officials used to stay during the communism. And also Dalai Lama and David Copperfield stayed in this hotel, so there's probably some good karma because when there is some election night of the political party, they always win, So this is...
it's peace and magic.
Peace and magic, definitely. Okay, how is your Slovak, by the way?
How is my what?
Slovak language. Is it improving?
Na zdravie.
Very good.
That's it.
That's it?
Yes.
Do you know how we say hello? Or
No, I know nothing. Honestly, I know nothing.
when you want to say hello, you say basically ahoy,
Ahoy.
like sailors, like pirates.
Ahoy, branjo.
Yes.
Na-
Welcome on board. But it's funny that we have no sea, Germans at least have some sea, but we have no sea, but we still say ahoy.
Yes. You live in your own fantasy world, but it's good. It's nice.
Our erste stop will be the erste Plattenbau in Slovakia.
Oh wow! First Slovakian
Yes.
Plattenbau.
Yes, because we like the superlatives, the first, the best. So I will show you the first Plattenbau.
Okay, das ist doch mal eine Ansage. Wir gehen jetzt zum allerersten Plattenbau in der Slowakei. Ein Ort, von dem ich nicht wusste, dass ich ihn unbedingt sehen möchte, aber... Yeah. Now, before I didn't want to die in this car, but now that I know where we're going, I really don't want to die.
The driving in Slovakia, it's more kind of adventure, as you will see on this crossroad.
Yeah, I think
There
I
are no
will.
lights.
I will let you focus on the road now.
Well, do you know what does it mean, Skoda, by the way?
No, what does Skoda mean?
Schade.
Schade.
Schade, yeah.
What?
not-
It means unfortunate.
Yes, it's not the best word for marketing reasons, but Skoda was the name, Mr. Skoda.
I think it is not only is it not the best word, it's one of the worst words to promote safety and luxury and comfort while driving. Why is it called?
The worst word would be car accident.
And the second worst is schade.
Yes.
But Mr. Schade was one of the founders of the factory.
And what were the other guys' names that they took his name?
Actually, originally, this brand was called Laurin and Clement. Maybe you heard about it, but it was one of the very legendary brands, Laurin and Clement. And the top models of Skoda are still called Laurin and Clement.
Ah, I didn't know that.
So Skoda basically was a pretty good brand until it became a communist car. And this model is one of the last models that that could at least a little bit compete with Western models, but not completely. But later models of 1980s, all plastic, or actually they were saving money even more than in 1970s. So that's why it really, I'm just focusing on parking. So basically the quality of Škoda cars they did not develop, but they decreased.
Okay.
Step by step, you know?
So it used to be better. Also Leute, ihr seht, was wir hier alles machen, um euch eine gute Zeit zu bescheren und uns ein kleines Abenteuer zu kredenzen. Ich würde sagen, da lohnt es sich doch gleich, ein Abo dazulassen und die Glocke zu aktivieren.
Plattenbau, no.
Plattenbau.
P, yes.
What is it in Slovakian?
Panelák.
Panelák?
Yes.
It sounds delicious. Like panelák, it sounds like a...
I think it's just a very practical word because panel, pieces of panels put together, panelák. That's
Panelák.
Panelák. Around 40% of people of Slovakia live in paneláks.
Oh, 40%.
In the cities, in the towns, yes. So actually maybe half of the housing offer, it's still in paneláks. So you have beautiful or nice old towns in Slovakia, but surrounded by the sky of paneláks, of Plattenbau. And the erste one, das erste, the first one.
Der erste.
Der erste.
Only 3 ways to do it right.
Der erste, the first Plattenbau was this one from 1956, and there are some interesting details. There are some interesting pieces of art from 1950s. Mm-hmm. Do you know what kind of art?
No, but this is my phone joker calling in, telling me what it is.
No, this is my...
Do you need to take it?
No. This is just my friend who was a photographer on my wedding.
Oh, wow. You got married?
Just married 4 weeks ago.
Oh, congratulations. Did you have to wear a mask?
No, I was not in the media so far, so, so the wedding was okay, 50 people.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so-
Well, that's great.
Dankeschön.
Wedding check.
Yeah, happily married.
Yeah, they say, you always say, in Germany we say der verflixte zweite Monat. So the second month is where it gets tricky.
Okay, so
No, nobody says that.
I heard about the third month, about the 7 years, so we'll see. Maybe
There's enough times to get scary. Yeah.
the challenges are coming on daily basis sometimes.
So when was Slovakia or Czechoslovakia, when was it a communist country?
It became in 1948. Basically, communism was installed in Czechoslovakia until a certain extent, even legally, because actually Communist Party won the elections in 1946. That were actually still semi-democratic, because also some other parties could participate, and communists needed just 2 years to get rid of the opposition or other ministers from the government, and they made the famous coup d'etat in February 1948, and it lasted, just like in Germany, Eastern Germany, until 1989, until November 1989.
Until David Hasselhoff broke the wall down.
Yes, and actually Czechoslovaks were waiting until the guys in the DDR start a revolt, start a protest, and actually Czechoslovakian communists were actually one of the most hardcore communists in the whole region.
So how did that show itself? How can you be a more hardcore communist than others?
For example, in Hungary, in 1980s, they had so-called goulash communism. My father went to Budapest for a concert of Metallica already in 1985.
Wow.
That was not possible in Czechoslovakia.
Goulash communism because it's kind of laid back and...
Like laid back, like more liberal. Basically, Hungary put a lot of money for economy to please people, at least with goods. But in Czechoslovakia, basically, we are more hardcore or more conservative communists than even in Soviet Union. So Gorbachev started, the process, and Czechoslovakian communists were even afraid of the changes. He was
too liberal. He was too loosey-goosey for you.
Gorbachev was too loosey-goosey.
Wow, you really know that you are a hardcore communist when you see Gorbachev and you're like, nah, man, this guy's too chill.
Yeah, I have to learn this word, loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
Okay, loosey-goosey. Apparently, you can see that the anti-communist movement in 1989 was not really like workers, but they were intellectuals. They were like hippies, poets. Even Václav Havel, the first democratic Czechoslovak president, he was underground movement poet. And this is quite an interesting picture when these kind of intellectuals are sitting around one table with the representatives of the Communist Party in 1989.
It looks like a very early Photoshop picture.
Yes, but already drinking Pepsi, so some changes were probably coming. So basically all this 1989 movement came after the Berlin Wall. So we were waiting, and basically the protest here started as one of the last. But thanks God it was very peaceful protest if you compare it to Romania, let's say, or to some few other countries. You know, just like in Eastern Berlin, there was Karl Marx Allee. There is still a Karl Marx Allee. There is a lot of decoration from 1950s, I think, socialist realism. So even here we have some socialist realism depicting the daily life of happy workers, the girls, boys. I would say maybe this is quite interesting representation of gender equality, because here are girls and over there you will see boys. Cossacks.
But it doesn't mean that girls have to walk in through this door and boys through the other door?
Just symbolic. But actually first people living here were mostly, I think, boys, because there were the workers who were building this concrete block of flat.
Oh, so they built it, and while it was being built, they already lived here?
Yes, because it was a testing project, and the first Plattenbau needed to be tested if it works pretty well. So actually one of these workers still lives here. I don't know, I couldn't see him for some months, so hopefully he's fine. But sometimes he used to open the window, 85-year-old man, and he was talking some interesting stories from the building side, 1955. Very happy that he made a good job, because he's still standing pretty well. And yes, basically this was one of the most kind of charming Plattenbau, we can say, because of the decoration. Even on the top, I will show you later, some decoration on the top. And more expensive materials were used. For example, inside you have a marble interiors, even you have a lift already back then. So it was pretty modern.
You had a lift in the 1950s?
Yes.
That's crazy. How did it work? With electricity or?
Yes, it were one of the first lifts. And, Czechoslovakian communists wanted to show the modern lifestyle. So in the central heating, all these new things we know today, for back then it was something people really wanted to live in. You can check the second line from the bottom.
Leota výstavby.
Very good. That means duration of the construction. Or
3 months.
3 months.
That's crazy. Thomas and I live in an apartment in Cologne, and next to our apartment there is an apartment, and it has been in the process of being built for, I think, 5 years or so, and it's still not done. So I think the workers here, they were just either better or more motivated, or they had less distraction.
I think they had not so many other options than to work hard. In 1950s, there organized working class or workers brigades of young people. They built the whole villages for themselves, like self-sufficient villages. Today you would say hippies.
Yes.
But basically for that, back then.
So everybody lives in the same house, but
yes. Same houses or communal ownership, and you can still visit this village. It is called Dedina Mládeže, which means the village of the youth. Even today, the official word.
How many kilometers is it from Bratislava?
This is around 160 kilometers, and the railway is around 25, but built in tunnels, bridges. Very difficult time. They made it in 2 years. Imagine.
Wow.
In just 2 years, and mostly by just young people.
I had an IKEA bookshelf at home. It took me more than 2 years. So I think I would have just sucked in this time. I'm glad that they didn't use me for this.
So I think you will be inspired of the efficiency of the work after this tour. But one like private story, the sister of my grandfather worked on this brigade.
Oh, really?
Yes, and she even met her future husband here. So it was also a very good dating option.
That helps the population growing.
Fertility as well. Yes. Was very important. So Russian influence as well.
Ah, that's why he does this.
Yes, it looks like a fight, but basically it's a Russian folk dance.
They're having fun.
Yes, they're having fun. It was all about a good time. Later in 70s, the started to be more abstract, you know. But in 50s, everything was very realistic.
It's like a selfie-chino on the wall.
Yes.
How low can you go in your Cossack squat?
I'm not so good. Actually, sorry, but my shorts are a little bit, you know.
Oh, they're tight?
There, so
okay.
I can do it just like.
Yeah, no, it should be. It should be youth-friendly what we do. We can't get a red flag because of your whole.
I found out today morning that my wife didn't sew it properly.
Well.
So I can try like this maybe.
Oh, what? But it gives you extra. I can see the hole. It's actually really big. It's like, I think I saw much more than I paid for on this tour.
Sorry for this, but we are a liberal society already as well.
That's good.
I think this is quite a good example of kind of post-industrial transformation of Bratislava. This is a new development called Stein 2. There is a logo just behind the tree for the camera.
So Stein in German means rock. What does it mean?
It means a rock, but Stein was actually the name of the beer that was produced over here. And the last building of the brewery, of Stein Brewery from 1873, so still back in Austro-Hungarian Empire, is the building just behind us.
With the green roof?
With the green roof. And the new developer from Finland that made this project, they even stole or used this design of the roof in the logo of the new project.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. Oh, nice.
So basically, for you, the history can be interesting because the Stein, that was originally German family. And they founded this brewery 1870s. The beer was finest. But after the Second World War, you know, new geopolitical situation, Germans were not so welcomed here anymore. So basically it was taken by the state, and the beer production increased by volume but decreased in quality. So it became the shitty working class beer of 50s, 60s, 70s and 80s.
So Stein, the sh stands for shitty.
Exactly. Stein actually still is well known as the working class beer. If you go to the store, you pay like 30 cents. It's the cheapest beer you
For
can
how much?
half a liter or 35 cents for half a liter. And if you go to the pub, usually it's like €1.
That's crazy. So that's 35 cents for half a liter. That is about €5 to forget your entire day.
Exactly. And what I really like about the slogan, that they actually, I can also show the historical photo. Here is the original logo. And the slogan under that, pivo, ktoré sa na nič nehrá, the beer that does not pretend anything. I like this honest marketing. And it's still, if you go to the shop, you can still buy it, and they still use this marketing, which is
They
quite
could
fun.
have also just written Stein. Yes, we know it tastes like shit.
Also, it's bizarre that actually the roof that was made of copper was stolen. You can see on the picture that it was stolen piece by piece over maybe a few days or a few weeks. And nobody knows where it went.
Well, you mentioned David Copperfield being in Bratislava. I sense some similarities.
Yeah, in Bratislava there are some miracles happening, especially
Negative miracles.
especially when the developers are quite greedy, but who knows? And actually,
It's a nice word for corruption.
yeah,
Miracle.
Things are being built. People getting richer, others getting poorer. Miracles.
but miracle is that actually the original copper from the church was not stolen. So maybe the miracles really happen.
So people, they want to earn money, but they also want to get into heaven.
Or maybe they're afraid of the God or Satan. We are going deep into the...
Wir sind jetzt hier ein bisschen aus der Stadt rausgefahren, 5 Kilometer. Branjo, where did you take us? Is this a normal part of the tour, or do we have to be worried for our lives?
Yeah, so this is our last stop. It's not for everyone. If we have grannies, we always ask what kind of shoes do you have, but you have actually good shoes. This is the urbex part of the tour, Urban Explorer. So we are actually at the end of Bratislava. We are going to explore the abandoned metro station.
From the communist time.
Exactly, like everything on our tour. And this is just a interesting example of utopia or unfinished dreams of Czechoslovakian communists. So it will be a short story about how we wanted to have a metro, but now we just want to finish our tram lines.
Okay, let's check it out.
But yeah, I would like to give you communist refreshments. This is Czechoslovakian Coke from 1960s.
But this is modern, right? It's not 50 years old, 60 years old.
Let's check it. Yeah, this is okay. But Kofola, you can get it in every pub as a draft drink. It's very popular. And it tastes a little bit like Jägermeister, but without alcohol.
Wow, communism. It sounds delicious.
Na zdravie.
Na zdravie. And then for you, we have a vina. Oh, you can say your feedback first.
Yeah, it just tastes like old Jägermeister. I don't want to say that I don't like it because I want to give a positive image of everything, but I actually really hate it. I really don't like it.
But
You want to try it, Thomas?
in fact, it has more caffeine than Coke, they claim, you know. And apparently they did not manage to copy the Western style taste of Coca-Cola.
Why is there so much caffeine in there? Because you had to really be awake to experience communism?
To build all those Blattenbach, you need caffeine.
Okay, Thomas probiert jetzt die Kommunisten-Cola.
It tastes like medicine.
Yeah.
Yes, it's actually very, very healthy. It has 16 different types of herbs. And when you compare it to vina, this is just based on red grape juice. There we have also a white vina based on white grapes.
Who said communist kitchen was boring? I mean, you have this huge variety of beverages that nobody outside of this place has ever heard of.
Basically, vina is a product from Bratislava from 1970s. In the past, it was better because it had a 20% of pure grape juice. Now it has only 10%. The rest are just chemicals. So enjoy.
As long as they're delicious chemicals, count me in. This is good. It just tastes like
Red wine.
old red wine.
Maybe it's expired.
It tastes a bit expired because of the bubbles, but it's good, I think. It's not nearly as good as water, but
Yeah, it's perfect after the kofula. Then it's
That's always better to start with Bratislava and then to go to Vienna. That's But in fact, I can say regarding vina that actually my uncle, he worked for a chemical plant in Bratislava, and they were asked by the wine producers to stabilize the taste with the chemicals. So actually my uncle in 1974 was one of the first citizens of Czechoslovakia who had the taste of vina, and his task was to basically produce the chemicals. So it's also our family drink.
I think it's time to talk about our sponsor of this episode. Thanks, Vinea, for sponsoring this video. Nein, eigentlich ganz im Ernst, vielen Dank an unsere Patrons, die uns diese Reise und auch diese Folge ermöglicht haben. Der Link zu unserer Patreon-Seite ist in der Videobeschreibung.
It's funny that you say Vienna is better after Bratislava, because this morning we thought Bratislava is a bit like a crappy Vienna. Just. Yes. I don't want to be too offensive, but I think
Actually, Bratislava or Pressburg in the past was almost like a suburb of Vienna, we can say, because there was actually a tram connection to Vienna already 1914 or so, during the First World War, and actually the nobility of Bratislava, they used to travel to Vienna for opera. It took 2 hours by tram, and it was a sign of high class of Pressburg citizens to go to Vienna. So it's really Bratislavans always see Vienna as something that we head for. But
The chosen place.
yeah, but it's quite a long way to go, as you can see. This is the end of Petržalka, the end of Bratislava. Speaking about the communist dreams, there was a communist dream to build a kind of skyscraper city out of blue. So this was just one of the plans how Petržalka could look like if there was enough budget, if the Soviet tanks didn't come in 1968, because then the Western projects had to be stopped. And if Yugoslavian architect would win, you would see that actually Petržalka could look like
Like a sea star.
like a sea star or communist star with something like 2 kilometers in diameter. But that was just utopia.
But our fans have a very large imagination. I think they will watch this video and all they will see is a large communist star with a lot of budget behind it.
But the second dream, the second utopia, was the metro, was the underground system. That was already on the paper on 1988. And this section, we are actually here at Luky Juh. So this was supposed to be finished already 20 years ago. And basically, Bratislava and Slovakia did not manage to pay for the whole project.
But it's good for your tour. I mean, what would you do if there was a metro now? You couldn't just take tourists to a functioning metro station. That's boring.
This is the mouth of a monster we are going to dive into.
You really know how to sell things.
It's basically a shitty black hole full of pigeons.
The smell of unfinished dreams.
If you like to sing or if you like the echo, you can really enjoy the echo here of 300 meters.
Is there a Slovakian children's song we can sing?
I'm not really... Maybe you want to see me dancing, but not really to see me singing.
Okay, you can dance, I can sing.
Okay, so you start.
Händchen klein ging allein in die weite Welt hinein. Wow, we are a great team.
But you did not sing too loud, because if you say something like Bratislava!
Wow, okay.
So welcome to Urban Cave, okay?
Na zdravie! Wow, I'm still not 100% sure that you are not a murderer, but if you're not a murderer, this is a really cool tour. This is like discovering humanity. Just imagine you come here in about 10,000 years' time and then you see Morty from Rick and Morty and you think, what were humans like back then?
Oh, jeez, Rick. We really got into a deal of a pickle here.
But if you think that this utopia is not big enough, Czechoslovakia had a different utopia. They wanted to build a tunnel under Austrian Alps from České Budějovice, is near Prague, all the way to Yugoslavia. So actually, Czechoslovakian politicians even were lobbying with Josip Broz Tito to buy a piece of land in Slovenia, because Czechoslovakians always wanted to have tunnels, wanted to have access to the sea. So there was a plan to build 300 kilometers long tunnel, just with one stop in Linz in Austria.
Oh,
but
nice.
at the end, they found out that it was just too expensive.
But the plans are so great. It's just we have such great plans for this YouTube channel, but then we just find out the budget is not 60 million euros.
Yes, also our plan was to make a tour in Rolls Royces, but then we finished with Škoda 100.
Yeah, and now you say it's so charming in that Škoda, no seatbelts. Ooh, it's history.
Yeah, it's great to sell it with enjoy the authentic, but it's just crappy.
Ihr könnt euch das vielleicht nicht vorstellen, aber ich schaue so an Thomas vorbei nach hinten und ich sehe einfach nichts. Es ist wirklich einfach komplett dunkel. Es ist unglaublich.
300 Meter. 300, yeah. But look, LGBT, so it's quite liberal. Rainbow warriors.
But they...
Communists were kind of open.
Yes. And I think they had no lamp while they painted this rainbow because the colors are quite off. It's like all the colors of the rainbow, but really not all the colors. It's not that open.
50 Shades of Green, right?
This is like an escape room, but without the escape part.
It's like going in. You just keep going in.
This is just a trapping room. Trapping room. And
Oh,
we
I
are
think
coming
we're at
to
the
end,
end.
I think. And
I didn't know there was really an end. I'm very relieved actually. Okay, watch out.
chill out zone.
Oh, wow.
This is the couch I prepared for you.
Thank you.
So this is, and actually here
This is where dreams are destroyed.
I baked some cakes for you. This is for you, and this is for Thomas. So
This is way pre-COVID. I think.
nice.
Thank you so much.
So this is the start of the food tour. Actually, a very typical bakery from Slovakia is the cherry cake. This is a little bit molded.
It's
But
a classic communist oven, a shoebox with some aluminum foil.
yes, because this is for picnics. So this is a picnic time, and yeah.
You've really thought of everything. Thank you, Branjo. I can really recommend this tour.
Yeah, and this is the graffiti of forgotten or unfinished metro. Metro was supposed to be the Soviet type. You can find the same wagons like in Prague. And the only problem with Bratislava was that it did not have 1 million inhabitants because in the Soviet
That was the only problem.
That's the only problem. Bratislava needed another 500,000 inhabitants officially to have a metro. And that's why urbanists have written in the urban plan of Bratislava, then in 10-20 years, Bratislava will grow from 500,000 to 1 million inhabitants so that it can have a metro. So I think if in 1989 the communism wouldn't stop, the Bratislava would be even a larger communist Plattenbau area, but we would have a metro. So that's like balance. If you know, what do you prefer? You know, to have a huge city that is horrible but with metro, or a smaller city but very crappy Vienna today but without metro?
That's the old question. In German we say hätte Fahrradkette. We are heading to the food tour now. Wir sehen uns jetzt dann gleich beim Schloss. Wir gehen jetzt wieder raus und dann werden ein paar traditionelle slowakische Speisen verdrückt. Bis gleich. Aus der absoluten Dunkelheit kommen wir jetzt ins gleißende Licht. Wir sind hier oben beim Bratislava Castle, beim Schloss bei der Burg. Und wer Thomas und mich kennt, weiß, dass wir jetzt wirklich sehr ungewöhnlich lange nichts gegessen haben. Das wird aber natürlich sich sofort ändern, denn wir haben eine Food-Tour gebucht. Lila, this must be you, Lila. Hi. Hi, Hazel.
Hi, I'm Lila. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. This is Thomas.
Bratislava. Hi, Thomas.
Thank you. We are big food fans. We love eating. We love. One of us loves cooking. One of us is a very good eater. You will find out. You will find out. It's me. You will show us around the Slovakian kitchen today. Where are we heading now to get the food?
Well, we are heading to downtown part, so we'll continue down the hill. But maybe what we can see from here, we can see Austria on the right side with all those wine mills. So it's pretty close actually. It's like 15 minutes by car from here and you would come to the border.
Oh, that's great. I mean, I don't come to Bratislava to look at Austria, but if I can see it, I don't close my eyes either.
Well, you can at least imagine how close we are to Austria and why the influence is coming from Austria. Back then, before 1989, there was a fence, so for generation of my parents, it was impossible to visit Austria. And then in front of us, we can see the communism, or part of the city, which was built during the communism times. During
we were just there. We were at the abandoned metro station.
Okay, great. So you made it from that side of the city. It's actually the biggest part of the city. 100,000 people is living there. Out of
how many live? 500,000.
Yeah, 500,000. And the same story of the bridge. It was also built during the communism times. It's famous because it reminds us UFO.
Yes.
And there is a restaurant and the view deck on the very top. So
and why is there a UFO? To welcome aliens if they come, and if they're hungry, they can go to the restaurant?
I believe so.
It's an intergalactic food tour.
Yeah. Sometimes the UFO is with like violet or blue color during the night, so it's really nice.
All right, that's why it's called Bratislava.
Yes, sure.
What is the most traditional Slovak or Slovakian dish you can think of?
Well, we call it halušky.
Halušky?
Halušky, yeah. It's like potato dumplings with sheep cheese, and it's served with fried bacon on the top.
Oh, wow, okay.
The original version is with gluten, of course, but we will try the special version.
The gluten-free halušky?
Yeah. They will prepare for us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're very allergy sensitive here, I feel, like more than in Germany.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it started a few years ago. I would say that more people are having all these allergies, or maybe they are not even shy to tell to the.
They're just friendly. I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
When you're in Germany and you say, "I would love to eat your food, but I get the most terrible stomach issues," they're like, "Well, then don't eat the food. Shut up." And here they're like, "No, let me prepare the halušky for you."
Okay, I would suggest to take a little break because I have some welcome drink and welcome food for you prepared.
Okay.
So maybe we can
Sure, yeah.
go here.
Wow, that was unexpected. I thought we had to walk at least 1 kilometer to get something.
Little thing. Well, the drink is with alcohol, but the welcome snack is special.
The food is without alcohol.
Yeah. So what is it? It's a special welcome snack. It's a really simple one. It's just a piece of bread with salt. And this tradition was not just around here, but also in our Slavic countries, so Poland, Ukraine, etc. And why bread with salt? So bread should symbolize life, and sprinkle of salt on the top should bring you some health.
Okay.
So that's why these days we are not doing this tradition anymore. Just one person from our country is doing it, and that's our president.
Oh, and why is nobody else doing it? Because do people not like doing what the president does?
We like to do.
You have a cool president, right? It's a very liberal lady.
It's the lady in the first. It's the lady president, first time in our history. So far we are real proud.
Did the country change under a lady? Was it like really moody now, or?
Well, like from my perspective, I would say it was really unexpected because here, like the gender, stereotypes are still very strong. But yeah, so far people are really happy and proud of her. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
So let's try this welcome snack.
The bread is really good.
Na zdrowie.
Na zdrowie.
Und was sagt der Schnapsexperte?
It's very good. It's like it's a bit like a dessert wine.
Thank you very much.
For you, I have something like instead of the alcoholic drink, and it's a little fruit. You can.
Oh, is it a tomato?
No, it reminds me tomato as well, but it's called like Mirabelle.
Yeah,
plum.
Mirabelle. Yeah, it's a little apricot-like.
Yeah.
So good. It's my first Mirabelle in 2020. This is delicious.
It is, yeah.
Did you get this from here?
Yeah, it's from the local farmer.
We should keep the seed and plant it in Cologne. I will clean it with my tongue and put it in my pocket.
Machst du das wirklich, oder?
Yeah. It's the perfect plan. Can I keep the seed?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. I will update you with pictures from our Mirabelle tree. So we're getting closer to the first place.
Yeah, we are getting closer to our first place finally. It's located on a square of Slovak National Uprising, which is really important place for us because all those demonstrations, strikes are happening here, and it started during the year 1989 when the Velvet Revolution happened, and we are going inside of this really nice building, which is former monastery.
Oh wow, and now they cook soup?
Oh yeah, and beer as well. So the church tower is still working as a regular church, and the left part is a restaurant. It's supposed to be one of the biggest restaurants in Europe, and they cook soup.
It's the biggest. Wait, how is it the biggest?
One of the biggest. You will see the interior.
Yeah, let's go into the biggest restaurant in Europe, because I am about to have the biggest hunger in all of Europe. Thomas doesn't really like soup that much. I love soup. So I think you just have to measure my reaction. Don't be sad if he doesn't get too euphoric. Okay, it is pretty big.
But usually it's like the most favorite thing on our tour.
Yeah.
So I think he will like it as well. There's meat, sauerkraut, potatoes inside. Yeah.
It sounds like the German dream. Bratislava. Lila, the soup has arrived. What is this soup called?
We call it kapustnica.
Kapustnica?
Kapustnica. It's sauerkraut soup. Usually it's served with bread. Right now we have it without because there is more food coming, of course. And yeah, enjoy.
Thank you. In Gute. It's delicious.
You like it?
Yeah, I love it. It's my new favorite meal. That's the trick. Just don't eat for 6 hours. Walk through an abandoned tunnel. And no, it's really, really good. I really like it.
Just learn everything about communism
And then you're hungry for some sauerkraut soup. Oh, and you're drinking the kofola.
Kofola, yeah, which is the drink which we really like. It's Czechoslovak version of Coke, and it was invented during the communism times. You said you tried kofola?
Yeah, let's leave it at that. Hier wird das Bier gebraut, was man im Restaurant trinken kann. Thomas, wie war das Bier?
Sehr, sehr, sehr gut.
Also merkt man, dass es dieses Haus noch nie verlassen hat?
Es ist gut, ja.
Thomas hat jetzt also gerade ein Bier getrunken, was dieses Gebäude noch nie verlassen hat. Es wird es jetzt zum ersten Mal verlassen dürfen in Thomas Bauch. Was für ein wilder Ort. Does cakes mean cakes?
Cake, well, it's more like playing with the words because we call cake collage in Slovak language, so it's more like from the English but written differently.
It's a joke and I just didn't get it.
It's a joke.
Cake. Do you say Slovak or Slovakian?
I think we say both, but yeah, in Slovak language we say Slovenský or Slovensko, and there is a lot of mistakes with Slovenia because we say Slovinsko. Slovensko for Slovakia and Slovinsko for Slovenia.
So do you sometimes forget where you live?
Yeah, maybe. No.
Is there a big young culture happening in Bratislava or in Slovakia in general?
Well, it is, because most of the young people are coming to Bratislava for studying, for university studies.
What is their main subject that they study here? Is it famous for something?
Not really. We have something from everything. So there is a medicine, architecture, like IT, faculty of arts. Yeah, you can study whatever you would like to. Also like how to make some YouTube videos.
Oh, really? You can study that? Yeah. Wow. Maybe I know 2 people who should go there.
Just one thing, we are going into wrong direction, but I was just like, I don't want it to... Yeah, we need to cross the street here. I was just like...
That's actually how we ended up in Bratislava. We did a video in Vienna and then we just walked the wrong way and now we're here.
Just be careful because tram is coming. Tram always goes first here. You shouldn't just run in front of the tram.
No, it's stronger. I understand. Oh, but then we just go. How? Wie unglaublich kontraintuitiv, dass wir jetzt einfach über diese riesige Straße gehen. Aber wir machen's. Schau mal, Thomas. Ich gehe in der Slowakei über eine Straße.
So the next place which we are going to visit is just in front of us. It's located in this building. And it's a little bistro combined with a market where they are selling mostly locally produced food from Slovak farmers. So there is everything like cheese, meat. They have their own bakery, so they prepare everyday fresh stuff, unfortunately with gluten. But I'm prepared, so I have something for you in my backpack.
You're like my mom for the day.
From the gluten-free bakery. So, and the place, it's called Jeme, which is once again playing with the words. It literally means we are eating.
Oh, okay.
In a short version.
So how does this mean we are eating? Which part is we are and which part is eating?
It's just like one word.
Ah.
Yeah. We just say Jeme.
Jeme.
It means we are eating.
So it's actually a lie, because whenever you're standing in front of it, you're not eating. Yeah. You have to go in there.
Exactly.
It should say you will be eating.
So let's go inside. So this is a special kind of cheese from local farmers. It's made from cow's milk, and it's really this kind of string cheese. So it's really stretchy. And how it's made, basically you need to put a big piece of this regular cheese into hot boiling water, and then it becomes really, really stretchy. And we have 2 types, non-smoked and smoked. This one is non-smoked because we bought that one, and you can try.
So this has already been put in water?
Yeah, while process of making.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It tastes like Gouda.
Really? We say like it reminds us mozzarella, kind of, because the process for mozzarella is similar. But yeah, we eat this kind of cheese regularly with our friends, so we put some package on a table and...
This is a normal Gouda. No, it's not. But it's really good. Yeah, you're right, it's a bit like a mixture of mozzarella and Gouda, I think. At least from my perspective. It looks like a small, you know what's like firemen who like when there's a fire they put it out with water and it looks like this. I don't know how it's called. Yeah. But like that's like Schlauch. Was?
Hose.
A hose. No, the hose are somewhere else.
And I have gluten-free and also vegan strudel.
Ah, very good.
It's with poppy seeds, grounded poppy seeds and apples. So you can try from this sweet.
Thank you very much.
From another bakery.
Actually, I've been vegan for the whole summer.
Oh, how was it?
Not good for my stomach. I farted a lot. Like the whole summer was like one fart.
You lost some weight as well?
Not really.
Not really.
Just some gas.
Some vegan food, or he was just going around the city like, give me some vegan food.
Yeah, but actually it was a good experience. I ate a lot of new stuff. But like I said, like my stomach, I don't know, it's something about the vegan food is not good with my digestive system. I don't know why. I wouldn't have thought that would be the problem. I don't know.
Maybe it was too big shock for you, for your organism, because usually people go through vegetarian food and then they switch to vegan.
Or maybe I have like a soy intolerance or something.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I don't know. So, but that's good. I mean, now I had cheese, now I have something vegan again.
Yeah.
So my digestive system won't get like all fucked up.
It's the gluten-free and vegan strudel with grounded poppy seeds and apples. So poppy seeds, walnut, apples, that's kind of things what we use for baking. Mm-hmm. So usually cookies and cakes are with these ingredients.
That's really good.
Vegan once again for a little moment.
Yeah. For the next 5 minutes, I'm vegan.
Yeah.
There are so many beautiful women here. That's insane for me as a German. You know, we're not used to beautiful people.
Well, yeah. Usually, many people are coming just for this because of this reason.
Really?
Those guys for the stag parties, you know.
Okay. So like,
Yeah.
okay.
So they're just sitting for the whole weekend like this and. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're of course drinking as well and eating and partying all over the city. Yeah.
And are there beautiful men as well?
Yeah.
Or not so much?
It's hard to say. I'm in a.
For you or for who?
I'm right now happy in a happy relationship, so.
Okay. So you don't have eyes for those kind of things.
Yeah.
Me too, of course.
Me too, of course, but I still wanted to mention.
Yeah, but you know.
Like me too, of course.
Sometimes the mind wanders, you know.
Yeah.
This is the cylinder.
Yeah, it's the restaurant which we are going to visit. They are focusing on Austro-Hungarian cuisine, and we are going to try here halushki, finally.
Halushki.
The gluten-free version, and something else as well. We'll sit outside with this nice view of the square, with Hviezdoslav statue and the water fountain. So, yeah, let's take a seat.
Cylinder, in German it means hat.
Yeah.
And it's the same?
It's the same here.
Why is it called that? Why is the restaurant called Hat?
I have no clue, but I can ask the waiter.
Maybe because the halushki is so good, it's gonna take your hat off. I really like Bratislava. I just wanted to say that again. It's No, it's not unexpected. I knew that it was like a hidden treasure, but I did not expect to like it this much. I think I like it. I would even say 10 out of 10.
Thank you. Yeah, we are trying.
No, I don't. I think you're not even trying that hard. That's what I like about it. You know, you're not trying to lure tourists in. It's just nice here. It's just naturally nice.
Well, people say that like Vienna is trying so hard to be fancy, and yeah, like everything is just perfect. I don't know about the other cities, but yeah, we try to relax as much as possible in here.
Ja, wenn ihr eine Loosey-Goosey-Zeit wollt und wenn ihr auf gutes Essen steht, nette Leute, schönes Wetter, dafür kann ich nicht garantieren, und einfach wahnsinnig wunderschöne Gebäude und Innenstädte, dann kommt nach Bratislava. Vielen lieben Dank fürs Zuschauen Und vielen lieben Dank fürs Abonnieren, fürs Kommentieren, fürs Glocke aktivieren. Bleibt dran, wir werden weiterhin Europa erkunden. This is not, does it work? Oh yeah.
It's more like decoration, but
Oh,
yeah, you just sit on it.
Oh yeah, okay.
And basically you click. That's the.
Oh, but it's,
There is nothing. No, you just click it. It's a little bit.
oh yeah, but this is not attached. This is not attached. So
okay, but you just.
Ah yeah, okay, yeah, okay.